Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Hello World. Tonight is more special because we have a wonderful person. It's Wanston. Yes, honey, that's the YouTube channel, but none other than Wanston Williams, who will be talking about his brand new book. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Just volume one. This is volume one, his life story. I had the opportunity of reading this, and it's a quick read. It's definitely a quick read, but there's so much information inside, and I believe everyone should definitely try to get a copy for themselves. But before we get into all of the goodness, I just want to say thank you guys for being here. Please, please, if you can, like, subscribe, and share. Turn on your notification bells, and definitely, if you are interested in this book, in the description of this live, I have the link to his book. So please go ahead and get a copy for yourself. You will definitely be very surprised at what you read. And first, I want to say, hey, Leo, how are you? Yo, it's your boy Leo's in the building. That is the other half of Mr. Wanston Williams, Mr. Wanston Williams' husband. Nice to see you. Hey, one busy mama, how are you? Hi, angel over lightness over darkness. How are you? How are you? How are you? Wanston, thank you for saying yes. And hey, pal, how are you? So before we get into the interview, please, if you have questions, put a question mark before and after your question so that we can ask him. And if you can, share out the stream so more people can come in and get to know Wanston a little bit more. That's good. Everybody's well. I'm going to not hold it up. I'm going to bring Wanston on right now. Well, guys, if you do have a copy of the book, please open up your book, have your book handy so that we can talk about it. And maybe he might read some of the book to us. You never know, but we'll see, right? We'll see how willing he is to share whatever he has about this book, guys. But anyway, if you have not been following Wanston, his YouTube channel name is It's Wanston. Yes, honey. Go ahead and follow him out. Follow him. He does cooking. I want him to bring back his daily motivational talks. We'll see about that. And then also, he used to do, I don't know if you planned on doing any more, but these by I would say bi-yearly speaking, uh, um, what's the word that I'm trying to think of? It's pretty much been when we had the women on the panels and we were discussing different topics and stuff. I enjoyed those. They were conferences. Duh. So definitely let's dive in. Well, I want to invite to you guys, maybe some brand new, but others not, Mr. Wanston Williams, the author of Pain Leads to Purpose, Volume 1. Hey, Wanston, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for the opportunity once again.
No. You've always been very kind to me. You've always shown love. You were the first person to interview me on YouTube. So I really appreciate you. And first and foremost, how is your day going?
It's going fabulous. It's going fabulous. Hello to everyone that's in the building. Hello, my darling. My husband Leo is in the building. Hey, Lena, how you doing? Angel Light Over Darkness. Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming. I see we have my best friend in the building, Dave Tony. Welcome in. Thank you guys so much.
So, my first question to you, how emotionally draining was it to write this?
Oh my gosh. It was an emotional journey because writing a life story, you have to relive moments that you do not want to relive, things that you probably put in the closet, things that you don't want to remember anymore, stuff that you haven't told people. And it was a journey, that I had to, day by day, I would write some, and then I would just forget about writing it because I didn't want to sit by the laptop and start crying, because as you're writing, you start to remember what that person did, or start to remember what that person said, or what you went through and what you could have avoided, you know? So it's like it really was an emotional journey, but it was also cleansing.
Mhm. How long did it take for you to write the book?
Some chapters took me a long time because I would say, for one, the chapter with my mom's passing. That was it was very, very hard. And I it took me about a month to write that one, because I kept stopping and then pausing, stopping and pausing. So it took me about a year to write it, and then to get it fully edited and formatted, a while.
Mhm. Can you tell all of us? I don't know if you've already answered this question or was asked this question, but
Mhm.
what was your primary motivation to writing a book and picking a book about your life story?
Well, okay. Oftentimes, I used to always use examples, in my morning talk show. For those of you that don't know, if you're not subscribed to me, as yet, I used to always use examples of my life into my morning talk show, when I was doing morning time talk, to basically encourage everyone. And everyone say, you should write a book, you should tell us your story, and so forth. And I was like, okay, maybe that's a good idea. Should I do it? Should I not do it? So then eventually I gained the courage. I said, well, if I do this, I want to help people. I want, folks to be able to be touched from the story, to be able to be healed, or to learn something from me telling my full truth.
And do you believe that a lot of people have been learning stuff? And
Yeah,
how has the feedback been so
the
far?
feedback is overwhelming. There was one of my classmates from when I was in Job Corps, actually in college. She reached out to me and she said, "You have so much courage. You are so strong.
Mhm.
I wouldn't have been able to tell my story or to tell my truth to the world, and there was a chapter that really stood out to her, and it really helped her."
Okay. Now, what was your favorite part about the book?
My favorite part about the book, it, there was a lot of favorite parts about the book, that I
Tell us, tell us your top three.
my top three was, of course, the chapter about Leo,
Mhm.
and then, disclosing my illness to the world. Um, I wanted to do that because a lot of times people, and also LGBT, they have a stigma on hey, uniquely lavish, hey friend. They have a stigma on folks where we're look different, or people shun us, or even for a person that may want to be with someone that may not have what I have, or someone that may want to be with someone. I wrote it because I want that person to know it's okay, you know? You can still live free. You can still be with someone. You can still live in abundance. So that was the second one. And then the third one was releasing, um was my homeless situation. I wanted people to know you can be black, white, polka dot, or LGBT, non-LGBT, and still be homeless because of who you are. You don't have to be gay, you don't have to be whatever. It can happen to you because of circumstances. It can happen to you because of whatever. And in my moment in time, when that happened, I had a choice. Either I go back home and deal with the fact that family didn't accept me, or I just deal with the fact of how to make life.
Mhm.
And I choose homelessness, knowing that I would have been homeless, knowing that I would have been, trying to find a way. But because I wanted my own life, because I wanted to be living free and living in my truth, I choose that road, you know? Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. It's definitely um I think it's definitely it takes a person of character and
Hmm.
courage to be able to disclose majority of the things that you wrote in there. And I'm not saying it was bad things, but I'm just saying like that you opened up a vulnerable spot in you. And now the entire world can comment about your vulnerabilities. Now,
Yeah.
when you wrote this, were you prepared emotionally and mentally about potential feedback, any kind of feedback?
It's it's funny that you asked, because when I started writing it and I spoke to Leo first before I even started with the title, the cover and everything, I said I want to write a book. He said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm prepared for everything." And when I did it, I said, "Okay." I prayed about it first. And when I actually got the courage, I said, "God, prepare me
Mhm.
for the negative and also the positive." But I know what I was going to write was going to be more so a positive, because number one, my outcome of everything that I've went through was going to be more so a positive, because not many people know that I went to prison. Not many people know that I have HIV. Not many people know that I wasn't loved as a child, or I dealt with father issues. So I know from the outside looking in, you might see me as a fun, loving person, but you don't know the scars I had, So I know it was going to be more so positive, so I wasn't really worried.
Okay. Have you started writing volume 2 yet?
I've started, and volume 2 is in the making. I am going to answer the prayers of some of my yes honeys, because a lot of folks have been asking for a cookbook.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that. Literally, I
So
was just about to say that. Okay.
yeah, so the cookbook is going to be next. The cookbook is going to be next, and that is in the making as well.
Okay. How many recipes are you gonna put in there? Can you kind of
Um
give us an idea?
Probably maybe 20, maybe 20.
Honey.
I am gonna I am gonna dedicate one to my mother. Yeah.
Okay. Now, will this be an interactive recipe book, or is it just gonna be a book?
Um
I'm just throwing ideas out. That's all.
I'm thinking it's all in the works, because I'm still working with the cover, and I'm still working with everything, but I wanted to answer, my followers and my yes honeys. Many people have been asking. So I said I'll go ahead and do it.
Mhm. I heard, well, I saw it today, I think either on YouTube or Instagram. I'm not sure which platform, but congratulations on 60 copies sold. So you guys,
Yes, yes. Thank you guys so much. I
congratulations.
am I am doing a celebration on Monday.
Tomorrow,
Yes,
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
So
Yes,
definitely go
thank
set
you
that
so
reminder.
much. Thank you so much. So my next goal, guys, spread the word. If you have a aunt, a sister, a cousin, My next goal is to sell 200. So please, my goal is to get my book across country, across the world, you know, because I wanted to be able to touch folks. Literally, I was in the doctor's office and me and Leo was just on the phone talking about it. And I literally met this lady and she said, I don't want to be nosy, but what's the name of the book? And she bought it, followed me on Facebook, sent me a photo, and then she sent me great feedback about it. So it's basically just to give folks light and hope.
Yeah. And I see that, my question to you, so with your extended family,
Hmm.
have they seen the book yet? And if they have, they
No, I mean, I've posted it a couple of times. My sister-in-law, which is my brother's wife,
Mhm.
she's on my Facebook. I know the negative comments are going to come from them. One, because they may have different stories of my father. My brother, who lives in Connecticut, he's a character that's in the book.
Yeah.
And if he reads it or if he buys it, he's going to know how much pain he really left me. Because, and I say that is, if he had did what he was supposed to do as a brother, I wouldn't have went to prison.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, so he's going to know, okay, I need to at least fix this.
Hmm. Shout outs to everybody coming in. Tristan, WCF, 50. Also, Life as Leyland.
Elena,
Elena. Okay, shout
Elena.
outs to you. Thank you guys for coming by. Again, if you have any questions for Wanston, please put a question mark in front and behind so that so that you can ask him, and I could get it relayed to him. Um, did you want to share any parts of the book while we're here?
I can. I can. Okay, so I'm gonna read the dedication for many of you guys that haven't get it. Also, I do have copies if you want to purchase a copy.
Okay.
Um,
I got an autograph copy, y'all. Ha ha.
yeah, so if you want a signed copy, a paperback is $25. That includes your for your book and also the shipping. All right. So, okay. It is Pain Leads to Purpose, Volume 1 by Wanston Williams. The dedication, it says, I dedicate this book to God, my husband, Leo, my family. I'm not going to name the names, because I don't want so forth. And also my mother, Denise Anita Blake Jarvis, to the people of the LGBT community. The reason why I had dedicated the book to God is because the title um, came to me one night when I was praying about it. Also, releasing my story was basically, I would have never made it if it wasn't for God. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I gave the book back to him. And that was one of the reasons why I dedicated it to him. If I didn't make it, if I did not made it through some of the stuff that I went through, I would have never been able to write this and share this to the world. So that's one. Um, just a little bit of, okay, I'm gonna read maybe a snippet for many of folks we have encountered here on YouTube, or a lot of us know. If okay, so just a snippet of chapter 8. So many of us love you too, Angel Light Over Darkness. So many of us know, a lot of us encounter, depression, and also we go through many different things. But depression can come in a lot of different forms. And when you're tired of what you're going through or tired of feeling a certain way, and depression can lead you to do many different things. So in chapter 8, you know, that's what led me to actually go through what I was going through. So Chapter 8 is titled Arraignment Courtroom Jail. Yes. So I did go through my source of um prison life, but do I regret it? No. We all have our mishaps. We all have things that we went through. So just a snippet of it. It says, at this point in life, Wanston became so lost, that he ended up in jail. He lost who he was as a person because he was doing everything he could to fit in. Yes, I was. I was doing everything to fit in, trying to find a way in life, trying to, to please everybody, So at this point, it's like, okay, I was tired of working a dead end job, minimum wage, graduated from school, could not get the job I wanted because of a recession. Everybody know how it was around that time. So it's like, okay, 725 was not doing it for me. I couldn't get my own apartment for 725. So it was like, okay, when depression and you allow the devil to talk to you, it's like, hey, if I do this, I'll be balling out. But at that point, I wasn't thinking about the consequences, you know? So, yeah, at that point, I wasn't thinking about the consequences. I wasn't thinking about what would have happened. I just wanted a better life than what was the normal, So, yeah, that is one. I'm giving you guys little snippets of different things, and I encourage you guys to go and purchase the book. Just little snippets. Um, okay. There was also another part in here. I don't remember what chapter it was.
What page? Because I got my book open.
Okay. There was also another encounter where I encountered in here where I went through bashing in the church.
Oh yeah, that was another. That was.
Yeah, so I also encountered bashing in the church. Basically, I was they poured oil down on me and everything.
That was the first part. That was actually when you first. That was your first time going to church. When you
Yeah.
started, they wanted you to become a minister. That
Hmm.
that deaconess or whoever she was. That's when you had to hide yourself, who you are.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
Yes. So I covered a lot of stuff in this book, guys. Um, I covered a lot, and part two is gonna be revealing a lot of other stuff. I'm gonna say, the stuff that you see in a church where they may say, "Do as I say," or "Do as I say, but don't do as I don't do." And then I'm also going to be revealing a lot of different things because it's one when you can heal from different things, but you still have scars. You still have different things that you may go through, like post-traumatic stress disorder or stuff that you may have went through, but you still deal with it on the inside. So it's how you overcome it and can you actually go through that purpose. So it's a lot of things that is going to be revealed in part two, you know and there's still a whole nother journey with my father. Family wise, me and my sister had our differences too, even though that we're by the same mom. We had our differences. She would,
Well, don't
yeah.
tell everybody. Don't give it all out. Don't give it
i'm
all out.
not
Okay, you got
I'm
to.
not, so now the prefix on the back of the book, guys. So this is the back of the book right here. So the prefix on the back of the book, it says, when you think of pain, I know you are like, damn, what kind of pain? Well, this is a story of how a young man who was lost and full of so much pain, hurt, and dislike as a child, even when he would smile, he was still hurting. This is a story of my truth. For years, I, Wanston, have lived a lie, giving fake smiles, thinking I was okay, but I was not. Now I know you're like, well, how did you get there? Keep reading and you will find out. So, in order to find out, more, and the reason why I had wrote it like this, because it's true. Many times my friends or people would ask me, are you okay? And I really wasn't. I was never a person to disclose how I was feeling. I was never a person to disclose what was bothering me for years. And I would always say, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. Because I was always a person that would care for people, that would be there for people, and all of that. And this right here was a big step for me because I was never a person to sit there and tell everything. So when I wrote this part, I said, okay, I'm just gonna be point blank, period, where it's like, okay, I was given fake smiles. You know how you smile, but you're actually hurting on the inside.
Hmm. I talk about that a lot. I talk about that a lot. And I like the fact that you are being transparent about that because all of us, not just you, but all of us go through that at some point in time in our lives where we smile when we really want to do something else, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's I wrote the book in a way where I wanted it to be a real conversation. There may be have been some profanity or there may be some words that you might not use in real life, but I wanted it to be a real conversation because it's like, hey, this might happen to me or this could happen to me. Or what if this was someone that I know?
Have you ever thought about taking your book on tour to different schools to speak?
Yes, I want to do that. I want to go to schools and colleges, possibly read a chapter, speak, and stuff like that. That's my plan.
Hmm. Hmm. I think that's going to be a good thing because, as you said, there are triumphs throughout the book. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
'Cause you ended up getting a service job that
Yes,
helped.
I did. I did.
So I definitely towards the end of the book is when I started to smile, but I felt everything, like everything that you were writing about. So when you came in my chat the other day and was asking me about it, about your book, it was because I was just reading like, tag, like, why does somebody have to go through all of that and still smile? You know what I mean? But
hmm
but I love how the beginning of your life actually started when you took control of your life, when you took control of everything. And again, you always held tight to God and how he protected you throughout
Well,
all of
I
your.
think that was because of my mother. She wasn't really a churchgoer,
Hmm.
but she used to always say, "Put God first,"
Hmm.
and she used to always say, "God will provide." So even if she didn't go to church, she would always walk us to church and leave us there.
Hmm.
So I always knew that, okay, I had to keep my faith in check. So I think that was the main thing about it. And then meeting a lady that I guess she was sent to me as a second mom. Meeting a lady that was sent to me as a second mom, Miss Byron. Then when I met her, it was like she was a second mother to me. So that's what kind of increased my faith
Hmm.
more, you know? So, hey, Fake with Rachel, it's me, Watson. Thank you for having the genuine courage to tell. Oh, thank you, Associated Minister. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that's basically how I got the faith. But in taking the training for peer educator and then working with the homeless and stuff, I was actually happy when all of that started to happen because then I was like, okay, things are working out. Things are getting better for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thankful. So like volume two is going to be really cool because like I know part of your volume 2, you know what I mean? Because like I did
Yeah.
read it, and your volume 2 is gonna have a lot to do with YouTube and
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. It's gonna have a lot to do. There's gonna be
yeah,
more. There's gonna be more parts of Leo in there.
yeah. And then
Um.
you're cooking, all of that
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
all of
yeah.
the positive things that you're doing. And I'm like you said, there are gonna be parts that, we don't know about just yet. But like I look forward to that because that's the point of reference that I know you from. But let me
Mhm.
ask you this. Are you happy?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Because like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to feel like anything like what your previous life
Oh
was,
no, 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 no,
you
no,
know.
no.
He
When
was supposed to turn around and say, "You tried it."
no,
Hey,
no,
Leo.
no, 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 no. I had been released all of this pain a long time ago.
Okay.
Like even with the second ex, that gave me the infection. I had been released that pain a long time ago because if I never did, and that's a chapter that's going to be in part two. In part two, a lot of people think that forgiveness is for a person. It's for you also because if I never did forgive the things and places that happened to me, I would have never been able to love Leo. I would have never been able to be with him this long. I would have never been able to be where I am or to, you know, do what I'm doing now. So I had to release myself from everything. I had to remove myself from everything. I had to move on.
Mhm.
Even losing my mother, not able to physically have a parent that would take me as me, I had to move on and know, okay, you'll find somebody that would care for you. You'll find somebody that would love you,
Mhm.
you know? So that's a part in part two. A lot of people don't know what forgiveness is. Some
Mhm.
people say, "Oh, I can tell a person I forgive you," but what about you? Are you still holding on to that bondage? You
Mhm.
know.
Mhm. And
So, and then another thing, people don't know what prison can do to a person.
mhm.
So there's dips and pieces in part two where I go like, okay, what can you do to a person? How mentally and physically, as for being an LGBT person in there, that it can do to a person. Even homelessness. Like Leo and I know someone and we talk to him off and on, you know, here on YouTube, and he's also homeless. My goal hopefully, is to at least try to get some type of fund together to help people that are homeless. That's one of my biggest goals. But when I was homeless, I'm not going to go in detail, but if you read the book and you buy the book,
Mhm.
I did go to a shelter, but I did not stay because something did happen, you know? So you don't know what could happen to a person in a shelter if they can lose their clothes or so forth. You could be living in an apartment today and then something happened. The apartment get burned down. The landlord say you got to go and then you end up homeless.
Yep.
You end up homeless. So that part of my life was, yes, it was by choice because I could have go back home and live with my parents, but at the same time, I was a grown man, 18, almost 19, and at the age where I was accepting myself, I was free, coming out, being who I am, then experience life. And at that time, I was like, okay, I could make a choice to go back home. They was going to pay for my trip back home, and that's it for me. But when you know your worth as far as employment, St. Thomas didn't have nothing for me. There was no jobs. There was no nothing. So at that time, I was like, no, I'm just gonna stick it out. I'm just gonna ride out the storm. and see what happens. Then I ended up on welfare, food stamps. I'm not ashamed to say it, so I had to go through that source while I was homeless. Hey, you know, so yeah, going to the shelter system, you got to get up at 6 in the morning and make sure nobody don't steal your bags and all that type of stuff. But it's the choice that you make to better your life, to make sure that you have a life, and even being in there, I stayed for one night, honey. But listen, then I suck it up, and then I went on to my brothers, and I said, "Well, I'm just gonna have to live a double life to have safety."
Mhm. Yep, I remember reading that part. Um, have you? So that's the brother that's in Connecticut, not the one that was in the picture with you for Thanksgiving.
The one that was in the picture, no, that's my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay. Because that's when I was like, oh, I thought he was your brother. I was like,
No, 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 that's my brother-in-law. That's my brother-in-law. The one that was for Thanksgiving, that's my brother-in-law.
oh, okay, okay. Because I was giving him the side eye when you were like, that's
No,
my.
no, 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 no. The one that's in Connecticut,
Y'all gotta read the book.
we
You
don't
guys
really.
you have to read the book to find out what we talking about. Okay.
No, I did. That's my brother for Thanksgiving, girl.
Okay. That's just making sure, Leo, because I was giving him the side eye.
Yeah, that's Leo's brother. Yeah. Hey, Eyes Love to Talk. Actually, Eyes Love to Talk. She just got her signed copy as well. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It's funny. Me and the brother that's in Connecticut. If you guys read the book,
You're gonna
we
have to
did.
read the book. I'm gonna just leave it there, right? I'm gonna cut you off and ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all gonna have to read the book if you want to know about this brother that's in another state, okay? Because
Yes.
I'm not gonna allow him to give you the whole entire book because really and truthfully, y'all got a good portion of the book without even having to read it just yet, okay?
Yeah.
So my question to you is how does it feel to be an author?
It feels wonderful. At first, when I published it, I was like, "Oh my god, I
Mm-hmm.
just published a book."
Uh-huh.
And then when I started to see like folks was buying it and leaving the reviews, and folks was sending me pictures, and folks was inboxing me, telling me I love the book. Oh my god, I can't believe! And it's like I started to embrace the 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 fact of it. I was like, wow, this has been a journey, you know, and I really could not believe it.
Mhm. Now, like, did you, I don't know, like, I don't know, because like I know how it is to be a brand new author. Like, do you feel do you feel like any expectations in the author world? Like now that
Um,
you're part of it?
no, because I'm not really rushing the process. I know it's gonna take a while for like me to shoot up,
Mhm.
and like sales to come in fast. But like the way how it's coming, that's the way how envision it to happen. So I've always told myself slow and steady will always win the race.
Mhm.
So that's how I envision it to happen.
Mhm.
And I've always told myself, I said, it's folks are nosy. People want to know what's going on in your life.
Mhm.
And because I've never really disclosed a lot on social media, people are gonna get it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. I mean, again, like I said, it reading your book, um, it was a good read, but like I keep on telling you, like it's just unfortunate that you had to go through that in order to come up with the book. Like
Yeah.
I respect it though. I respect it, and I'm thankful that I got a chance to meet you, and like I know who you are. Like I met you in person, and to know that the person I met has a background, a background like an unbelievable background, and is still standing. And even before I saw the words that were printed in this book, you always were the same person. You always have been the same person, in my opinion, that was just always up and bubbly, smiling.
Mm-hmm.
But to know that the history behind it, it just makes me respect you even more. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So like y'all really should definitely grab a copy of this book. The link I pinned it in the chat. If you have not gotten it yet, go and read. You already got the synopsis of it, and it's a very easy, quick read, but it's a lot in there. So
Yeah.
support.
I think someone had told me, they said I was so amazed when you disclosed what my mom had did to provide for me and my sister. I
Mhm.
wasn't ashamed of it. I used to tell my friends in high school, I said, your mother has a 9 to 5. My mother has to leave us and go to work at the nightclubs.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't ashamed of it because that's how we were able to eat. That's how she was able to buy our uniforms or buy school clothes for us. I wasn't ashamed of it
Right.
because a lot of times,
You got her survival from it.
yeah, you
That's
know,
survival. You got your survival methods from your mom. Like all of that stuff passes down. Like
yeah,
everything is like so you learned how to survive because of your mom. And you know that I think that's why your heart is so big, because you know what it is to give, and you had to see it with your mom, and you're so compassionate towards people. So I
hmm
think, you know, it's still like I said, it still made a great man that you are. Like I really do believe
yeah.
you're a great man.
The title, when I was doing the title, when I
Yep.
was doing the title, at first it was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be something with wounds. And then I was like, no, that's not it. That's not it. It was supposed to be the wounds of a person or something.
Mhm.
And um the title then came, I think it was either when I was laying down or Leah and I was having a conversation.
Mhm.
And then that's when the title had hit me. And that's when the title had hit me of basically doing the book. Yeah.
Mhm. I think too, like when I interviewed you on Hello World, the first
Yes.
time you said a year from now I'm gonna have my book, and it's about a year, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Because I originally wanted my book to be out on my birthday. On my birthday, I wanted my book to be out. And when it didn't happen, I said, okay, Lord, you must have a different plan.
Mhm.
So I said, okay, fine. Whenever it comes out, whenever it's supposed to be published, that's what I'm going to be fine with. And lo and behold, I was able to publish it October 30th. So I was really excited that it happened that
So
way.
what is October 30th a significant date, or is it just
To be honest, I don't know because October seems to be the month for House of X, to tell you the truth, because
okay.
because I will tell you, when we first started the company, we when we were doing our promotion and our shows and stuff, it was in October. Then the company's channel got monetized in October.
Oh,
What else happened in October? There's so many things happened in October, and I really didn't understand why. Why October? You know, I didn't really understand why October, but I was like, okay, God, you know,
it's so ironic too. My very first book I published in October.
really.
October, yeah. This one right here, the Blue Book. I published
Mhm.
that in October of 2018. So
Wow.
that's crazy. Like, and I think it was October 24th. I
Oh
published.
wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yep, yep, yeah. That's
Wow.
crazy. That's
Wow.
degrees of separation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
18 wants to remember your light can never
yeah, your real
be.
light can never be outshined. Continue to have the genuine courage to move forward with your life and show other people that life is not about where you start, but where you finish.
All right.
If you guys have questions for Wanston, please put a question mark before and after so that we can ask him. Hey, Angie Pooh, what's
Hey,
going
Andrew Pooh, how you doing? How you doing, sis? How
on?
you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, guys. So I do have about 2 copies. If you want a copy, grab one. It is $25. All you have to do, look at the information in the description. I will sign it and mail it to you. Just inbox me on Instagram with your address, guys. With
Yes,
your address.
the link is pinned in the comments, so you can go
Mhm.
ahead and get that. Um, do you, let's see, oh, we're on 45 minutes. So do you have any recommendations for people who want to possibly do something outside of just what they normally do? Let's just say if they want to become an author, because this is something that this was a dream that you had.
Yeah.
From the time that we've met, you've always talked about wanting to
Yeah,
write.
yeah. Like when way before I met Leo, I think it was right after I found out my illness. Hey, Etta, darling, how are you? Welcome in. Right after I started working as homeless prevention specialist and everything, I said I need to write a book. And at that time, for some reason, I don't know what happened. I was putting my stuff on a flash drive at work, leaving the flash drive at work and doing everything at work and everything. Then one day I got to 3 chapters, lost the flash drive.
Ooh.
So I said, okay, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Then when it came around again, this time around again, when I actually said, okay, I want to write a book. And I basically told Leo about it. He said, if this is what you want to do, I support you. And I started writing it, putting it all together. That way, I was typing it up and everything, and it came together. So, my suggestion to anyone that want to do it, don't rush it. Take your time, chapter by chapter, because it's not easy, especially when you're doing a life story. Honey, listen, you are going back into it. If you have dark moments, sad moments, whatever moments that you might have, you're going into places that you probably have left alone and you probably have already healed from. So you want to make sure that you take your time. You want to make sure that you heal from it. And once you write it down and you put it on paper, that's it. But take your time. Don't rush it. Whenever it's supposed to come out, it will come out. Because all you have to do is tell the public, like I did one time. I did it, no, twice. I did it on Be the Difference Clothing right here on Hello World. And then I did it on my morning talk show. Because I also dedicated in acknowledgments, guys. In the book, if you look, you purchase it, it says in acknowledgments, it says, this was hard for me. I want to thank all my YouTube subscribers. So if you were subscribed to me when I did my morning talk show, my yes honeys, I call every folks that is subscribed to me my yes honeys. My morning talk show family who came to my morning talk show every day at 9 a.m. So that includes Joy because she came every morning, honey. Yes. So, and also another person, you guys may know her, some of you may not. I had numerous conversations with her. She's also author as well. Invisible Walk Broken, she's not. Tiffany Wilson.
Yeah.
So, I also, that's in my acknowledgement. So, take your time. Don't rush it. Because you might want to change your chapter. You might want to edit. You might want to add something else. Once you start to write, different things come to you. You start to remember, oh, this happened, that happened, or so you might start to remember actually what really, really happened to you back then. And as I was writing certain chapters, it's like I had to really remember and think about, put my mind back into those places, those environments where I was. Hey, Angelina, how are you? Welcome in. You know, those places, those things that took place and I had to remember, you know? But once you write it, once you got it down packed and it's edited and everything, all you got to do is publish it.
Hmm.
Some
Now,
people say being an independent artist is not the best route, but I
it's
recommend
the
it
only route.
because
It's the only route.
you're in full control of your story, full control of you. And because number one, if you go to a publisher and you submit your manuscript to a publisher, they might want to change your story. They
Hmm.
might want to change what you wrote. You can't change somebody's life. You
Hmm.
can't change what took place in their life. You can't change what happened in their life, you know? So yeah.
Let me ask you this: the the cover. How did
Mm-hmm.
you come up with the cover?
Oh, child. That's another story. Okay, I will say this. I was supposed to have a different cover, but situations happen, and then I wind up doing the cover myself. Um, welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I wind up doing the cover myself, because I was trying to have someone do it for me, but situations happen, and then I said, okay, you know, I'll just go ahead and do it for myself because the whole idea of the dark road and the clouds and everything is supposed to represent the pain. The road is supposed to represent me walking to my purpose, you know? So in having someone else, when I had reached out to the person, at that time when I reached out to that person, you know, the cover was finished and everything. During that time, I found out my father had passed, and at that time I had to be there for my sister. So due to finances and everything ended badly, and then my name was blasted on social media. But however, um, I ended up doing the cover myself.
It came out wonderful. Like, I've done all of my covers.
Hmm.
So whatever you do what you gotta do. When I say I've done, like, there was only my first book is the one I actually physically did, and my last book. Those are the two that I did. But all
Hmm.
the other between ones, I had to wait a while in order for it to come back to me. Like, the book was ready to go, but like I had to wait for the person who the illustrator. So
Yeah,
I say that to say that your cover is amazing, and I like the background story behind it. And there's nothing wrong with creating your own covers. Like, we do not have to do the trend of how novels appear on in bookstores. It's gonna
exactly.
it's
And
gonna
also, and I would say this, right? When if you want to be a published author, YouTube has everything. Because when I was doing this, I had a whole thing like this, guys, a thing like this, and I was taking notes. YouTube has um YouTube has everything that you can know about when it comes to publishing your first book. And I'm tell you the key one thing that they recommend is this thing that's on the back of your book.
yeah, the ISBN.
They recommend to do not pay for your first publishing the ISBN.
Yeah, that
The,
you get that for free.
the reason why, because number one, you don't know how well your book is going to do. You're going to spend over $300 on this number,
That barcode. Yep.
on this barcode, and you don't know how well the book is going to do. When they also said if you purchase one, you can go back and change the barcode number after you purchase it on all your books. So I looked that up. Then I also looked up of, book covers. If you publish your book through Amazon Create Space, you can create a book cover inside of their system, you know, their system. You can create a book cover inside their system. What else I looked up? You know, and then I spoke to Joy about finding an editor and all that different type of stuff. You know, thank you for that. You know, so yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, oh, that if you guys have any questions for Wanston, please put a question mark before and after,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can ask him. I think it's amazing that you know, published your first book. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of knowing you, especially after reading your basically your memoir. Uh,
Yes.
I can't wait to read the next volume because it does leave you hanging like, ooh, you can't wait to see more. Like after
Yeah. I wanted it
I
to
was
be
like,
like that because
yeah,
there was so much I could have put into it
I was
because
like, I can't wait to hear more about Leo in the second book because it kind of started leading into Leo.
mhm.
So I was definitely excited about that. I can't wait to see this cookbook that you have coming out as well. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Um
this is a question right here. You're the author of your life. What do you want your obituary to say?
my obituary, if I happen to pass.
Yep.
Ooh.
How we think about death, girl?
Um
That's a question from Terry.
okay. If I okay, well, I wanted to say Wanston lived a great, happy, abundance life. There was never a dull moment for him. Yeah.
I like that. I like that because that sums up how you are now. You see how you were smiling and saying it. I like that.
Mhm. Yeah. 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 There was never a dull moment. And I
Sure.
think that's what I want. I did it all my way, period. Huh?
Angie Boo. That's what she's gonna say for her obituary. I did it my way. Period. Per.
Yeah.
That sound like you too, Angie.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I wanted the book to be about because some folks had asked me, is there going to be a part three? Well,
Hmm.
there might be a part three. You know, who knows what happens after, there might be a part three. I might leave some stuff out of part two, so there may be, who knows?
We're not gonna know because again, you're the person who's leading us to what you want us to know. So we're not
Yeah,
gonna know anything until you tell us. So that's
yeah,
pretty dope.
yeah.
That's pretty dope. Well, does anybody have any other questions? Because if not, I'm gonna wrap it up. But I do want to say, y'all, Pain Leads to Purpose, Volume 1, My Life, My Story. Look at Wanston. Squeeze the cheeks. And it says by Wanston Williams. Y'all can go ahead and hit the link in the pin link in the comments to order your copy. He says he has copies physically on hand where he can autograph them. Now let me tell you, you will want to get the copy that he autographs because it's going to be more valuable than ordering it from just straight online. So hit him up on IG if you want an autograph copy of his book. Otherwise, you can go to the pinned link in the comment. But I got
Hmm.
an autograph copy, so that means I have something that no one else in the world has, and I think that's what makes this so unique and like it's so dope because it's like we all know him. We don't know Stephen King. We don't know and Terry McMillan. We'll never know who any of these people are. Maybe we might meet them, but we're never going to know them. You have an
Hmm.
opportunity to know this man right here. And the fact that you get to get an autographed copy makes it even more worthwhile. So go ahead and support Wanston in his new book. Any other questions? Any other questions? No. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put you on the solo panel.
Hmm.
Please tell everybody how they can contact you, how many channels you got to follow, what you're doing next. Tell them everything. And then after that, give them something inspirational to remember. All
Okay.
right.
Hi, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming. Again, it's me, Wanston. I'm also Wanston Williams, the author of Pain Leads to Purpose. Guys, you can purchase my book on Amazon and also Barnes and Nobles and houseofxentertainment.com. Now, if you want a signed copy, which I do have signed copies, where you can purchase paperback now. Paperback is $15, and for shipping, it covers your shipping with $25, guys. Shipping is only $10 for paperback if you want a signed copy. Now, if you want a hardcover, that's a different price, guys. Hardcovers are $25, and then for shipping is $15, guys. So, yes. So where you can find me on Instagram at It's Me Wanston Yes Honey, Facebook It's Me Wanston Yes Honey, and Twitter It's Me Wanston Yes Honey. I'm also the other half of House of X Entertainment, the COO of House of X Entertainment, where I am on that channel as well. That is the third channel of where I host with my husband, your boy Leo. Many of you guys know him. So please go ahead and check us out on that. Yeah, you can find me on there. What I would leave with you, whatever pain and whatever stuff that you're going through now, it doesn't make you, and it's not going to break you. How you overcome it is what makes you better, you know? So I would say walk into your purpose and live through your purpose. All right. What did you learn?
I'm gonna
What
get
did
to that
you
right there.
Okay.
I wanted you to finish your thought. Okay, there you go. What
What
did you
did
learn in your pain, and what would you tell your younger self now that you went through that pain when you were young?
There was a lot of pain, Miss Vernell. So there was a lot of pain that I did go through. So my younger self, if there was a younger Wanston, so I would say some of the pain came from parenthood, but I would say pain that I caused myself, I would say it could have been avoided. I could have made better choices, but I made the choices so that I could have survived, because um a lot of times when you're just trying to find stability and just trying to find a stable living for yourself, you make choices so you can be happy. Again, many people may encounter, some of us on YouTube may encounter ourselves around LGBTQ or folks that might be LGBTQ, and we wonder why some of us may make the choices that we do make, but you don't know their life or stuff that we do just so that we can have a stable living. I shared in the book deep situations that I made a choice to do so that I could have a stable living, you know? So again, it really wasn't pain. Some of it was choices, because that I had to make in order to eat, in order to pay a phone bill, in order to live in someone's home, and they're going to ask you to pay rent or ask you to pay a light bill or ask you to pay a Wi-Fi when you're barely there. So it was more so choices. It really wasn't pain. It was just more so choices, but then it turned in to pain, because when you're living with family members does not understand things that you are going through, things that you might go through. And sometimes they really don't care. All they want is money. So at that point, it's like, okay, it really was just choices.
Here's another question. What is the biggest victory in your life?
The biggest victory in my life is basically becoming a business owner and finding happiness that is the biggest victory in my life. It's becoming a business owner, working for myself, helping people. What I'm doing now is homeless prevention and finding happiness. And now being an author, so that is the biggest victory in my life as far as what I'm doing now, So the like I said before, your pain always leads to your triumph. Things that you may want to do in life, it will happen, but you have to persevere. We all have made choices to get to where we are. Yeah.
I say also too, guys, you got to check out House of X Entertainment. Is it every Friday and Saturday you guys do interviews?
Some of them are Saturdays, some of them are Fridays, and then sometimes on Sundays.
Well, what you have to do is subscribe to the House of X Entertainment channel so that you can find out when and who would be the next person that will be interviewed so that you
I
can.
will also, this is something that we probably have never done.
Mhm.
For the first time, what the CEO of House of X Entertainment is going to be interviewing myself, the author.
Hey, see, now you heard it first here on Hello World Be the Difference Clothing Channel. We always dropping and hearing all the new stuff before everybody else. Yes.
So this will be taking place
That's so dope.
December 9th.
December 9th. That's
At
this
8
week.
p.m. Yes, at
That's
8
this
p.m.
week.
And I would say, guys, many people had asked, did Leo know what you was going to write in the book? Did he know some of the stuff what you was going to write in the book? Did he know where he was going to take? No, he did not. He knew he was going to be in there, but he did not know some of the stuff that is in there. I may have told Leo bits and pieces of my life, but I did not tell him everything.
You know what?
Because yes, it is one thing to be married, and it's also one thing to be with a partner. I've always, after my if you read the book, you'll know.
Mm-hmm.
In the book, I shared 2 ex-lovers.
Don't leave it right there. Leave it right there. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So after the second ex-lover, I learned how to not open up so much, because I've always been a person to be very vulnerable, if I should say. So dark places that would lead me to cry or feel bad about myself, I really didn't, disclose some of those things because I felt bad. I felt like I should have made better choices. So in writing it, that's when, Leo did cry the whole day after he read it.
Aww.
And then he was like, okay, I can't believe this stuff happened to you. So yes, December 9th, you're actually going to see, I guess, a turn up where I'm now going to be a guest on the show.
That's so dope. I think that's so dope. That's going to be the first time and probably the only time that could ever happen, because I don't know of any other, the ones that I'm aware of. I'm not sure of any other couples that are that do weekly shows or weekly interviews that can say they can do that. So that's pretty dope. And you know what I was gonna say is, Leo, I know you're sitting right there, but shout outs to you for trusting your husband to write his own book and giving him the freedom to do that, because not many spouses will allow their other spouse to divulge or diverge all of their information, just because they're embarrassed. So shout outs to you for loving Wanston completely and wholly and trusting that he was going to say whatever he had to say and you still stand by his side. So that's pretty dope. And I think that you deserve a little clap applause for that and being there for him. I'm thankful that you came into his life too. Okay, Leo? Just letting you know that.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. And then I have a few other engagements coming.
Like
Um
what? Interviews?
Yes.
Tell us what, like, you gotta tell everybody that so they can tune in. All right, I'll put you
I
right back on.
have another engagement coming after December 9th. There's one more on December 18th. That's coming. It's pending, you know. And then I also have another one that's coming. I think it's January 21st, I believe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's January. Is it January 24th? Let me check my phone. Hold on. Oh boy. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on, guys. I think it's the 24th first. Yes. I can't get to it right now. But okay. It's going to be on Wellness with Frugal Mama's channel, guys. January for the new year. I think it's January 21st. Wellness with Frugal Mama. I'm going to be on the Turner's talk show. So come out and join us for that. Everybody's gonna have their own different questions, their own different specs of how the book touched them or what they gained from the books, you know. So I'm taking all these engagements because it brings more light from the book and I want the book to touch the world. So even if you must purchase the book, number one, to ask me for an engagement. I will come to your channel or to your podcast or to your show once you have purchased the book. Yes. So I will be on the Turner Talk Show, which is Wellness with Frugal Mama and her lovely wife. That is the beginning of the new year. Yes, right there. January 21st. Yes, January 21st. So it'll be 7 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific time. So yes, right there. I'm really excited about that. I'm also going to be on Uniquely Lavish's channel for a moment with her. So I'm excited for that as well. And if you purchase the book and you just want to have a nice conversation with someone and there was a part that really touched you and you want to talk about it, I'm cool with it as long as you got the book. The book has nothing to do with my YouTube channel. It has nothing to do with it. This is my story, my life. As long as you got the book and you say, hey, Wanston, let's set something up. I'm good. I'm good. As long as you could send me a photo and you got the book and everything, I'm willing to set something up with you. Why? Because you're helping me push my story. You're helping me push my book out there. You know? Yeah.
And I love your outfit too. So
Oh,
I
thank
see
you, thank you. This was all Leo. You know,
oh, okay. I see the
shout out
close
to the
up.
Fashion Zulu.
Look
This
at the
was
close
all
up, y'all. Look at the close up. Yes, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it.
yeah. This was all him. Yeah, this was all him. You know. So shout out to the Fashion Zulu.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you for being here. And guys, again, please go and support Wanston. It's something really special and magical about your
So
first.
I guess everybody in here has the book, but I guess okay, I'm gonna put a number in the chat
Oh,
for
okay. They
you.
may be able to gift it. This is the holiday season.
I know. I'm gonna put a number in the chat. Hold
In the
on.
chat? Oh, in the private chat. I'm
Yeah,
like,
in the private. Let me think. Let me think. Leo, come here.
you about to do a giveaway, y'all. You could give this away to somebody. If you already own a copy, you can give it to, or you could use it as a giveaway if he comes on your channel um, to support his channel. So that's pretty dope. You're gonna get a signed copy for free. Hey, 755 Media, how you doing? Good to see you. You don't have to say 755 like that. Man, guys, this was an incredible evening so far. Um, and I thank you guys for being here, showing support to Wanston because it
Okay,
means
I sent you the number in the private chat. So if you don't have the book, this is for only people that don't have the book, guys. You have to follow me on Instagram. And if you win, you have to follow me on Instagram. Send me your address. I will send you a signed copy. And I've also I put a little note, like a letter, a personal handwritten letter inside the book, because I believe I did give one to Joy.
Yes, I have it.
I did give one to Eyes Love to Talk. So if you get a signed copy, you're also getting a personal little letter from me. So, all right. So you're gonna pick a number between 1 and 30. All right. So when Joy says go, you guys can go.
All right. Um, all right, and I'm gonna put it right now.
All right, go ahead.
I just like to say the name 755. I saw you when you came in.
Oh, somebody is close.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Stop. We have a winner. We have a winner.
Okay, so
And whose destiny forever was.
Destiny Forevermore. I don't know if you have an Instagram, but you have to follow me on Instagram. So that I can get your address. Let me write your name down.
Congratulations, Dr. Destiny.
Dr. Destiny. Oh, all right. Okay.
Hey,
so,
me and I.
Hey, Meet Nine. How are you? Welcome in. All right. So, Dr. Destiny, please follow me on Instagram. It's the same name as my YouTube channel. It's me, Wanston. Yes, honey. If you have an Instagram, or you can put it in the chat right now. What's up, Trap Vision? How you doing?
Hey, Trap.
I will. If you have an Instagram, I will follow you right now if you have an Instagram, so I can get your address. To mail off your book. All
Guys,
right.
also too, while Meet and I are here, please go check out the Meet and I Awards. It's annual. I think this is the third year that you guys are doing this. And mostly everybody in this chat, they are nominated for something. You have Trap, you have Angie Pooh, at House of X Entertainment. Yo, it's your boy Leo. There's a bunch of people in here who have been nominated for something at the award show. So please, and the award show is going to be on January 1st. So at the top of the year, 2023, you going to win.
Hey sis, how you doing?
Hi, Life with V. So definitely go check out their channel and vote for someone that you know, and get to know all of the other content creators that you may not know, to see what they're about so you can vote honestly. And how long is voting for Meet and I?
It ends on the 10th.
Ends the 10th of what month? This month?
Yeah, the 10th of this month. Yeah.
We have up until, what was it? The 10th is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So you have up until Saturday to vote. There are a lot of categories and a lot of people. So yes, you have up until Saturday to vote for someone. Please vote honestly, not just about somebody that's popular. Like really, vote for somebody who is deserving of the category that they've been nominated in. Okay, because sometimes we vote just because it's our favorite person. Oh, your favorite couple is also in the nominations as well. So definitely try your best to vote for people who you know have been doing what they've been nominated for in that category, so that they can win honestly and fairly. Okay, so definitely too, please do. We value who are deserving. Yes.
Okay.
So do that.
Can you please ask Miss Miss Destiny Forever Walks if this is her Instagram? Oh wait, hold on. Let me see.
I'm like all in the camera, like yeah, that's her. That's her.
Okay. Miss Destiny, I sent you an inbox, so inbox me your address. I will get your signed copy to you. All right, guys. So that was one giveaway. If anyone else would like to purchase, a copy, I only have paperbacks right now. But if you want a hard copy, I posted my Instagram Thank you once. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Destiny. I followed you. I think I just inboxed you. So please send me your address. I will get your book to you as soon as possible. Um if anyone else want a paperback copy, I do have. If you want a hard copy, you can inbox me on Instagram. I'll get that one to you. Yeah. So I don't mind doing giveaways, guys, but I am an author, so we do have to, make our coins.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Support him, especially because again, this is his first. This is like the one that like sits the longest in an author's mind is their first ever volume. So please definitely support him if you haven't done so. I've seen a lot of your pictures, so support him. Tell your family and friends to support him. There should be a book in at least one household of somebody that you know. So please try your best. If you want to gift somebody his book, the link is pinned in the chat. And also, you can purchase a copy by going to his Instagram and definitely support that way. Wanston, I am thankful that you came on and said yes to come on and allow me to interview you. I'm
Thank you.
super proud of you.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you so much. And you don't know, from ever since when I first literally started my channel, you have been so amazing to the Yes Honeys and even to my channel. You open your doors for us, open your doors for me, and I thank you so much. Even to when, guys, you had to be there. My birthday party, was it this year or the year before? Joy, I said, "Are you coming? Are you coming?" She said, "I don't know. I don't know."
Because I work a lot.
Yeah, so we all downstairs talking. Oh yeah, last year. Leo reminded me. Yeah, last year. So we all downstairs getting ready to eat, and here she comes, pop up downstairs.
Damn.
I'm like, wait a minute, she lied. I was at first, I was like, I was so happy about it. I remember that. Yeah, I was so happy about it. I was like, oh, she came.
Yeah.
So it was like I was so excited to meet Joy.
Also,
guys, if you are in the state of New York or you can get to New York, I'm going back to the same place where I went for my birthday last year. I'm doing it this way. Oh, yay! Yes! That's the photo that we all took in Times Square. Verns and us and everything. Yes. Yes, that was an epic moment. Yes. So if you would like to get your book signed and you're not in New York City, please come May 6th. May 6th, going back to Chelsea. May 6th at the St. Dallas BBQs. I choose that location, one, because I was going to spend a Q coin on a lounge that I was offered. But I know everyone is busy and a lot of stuff goes on around the springtime and the summertime. So I said I'll just have folks come. They pay for their own meal and they can also come and get their book signed. So if you can get to New York and you want to spend the weekend with me and come and have dinner, drinks and everything, May 6th. It's a Saturday. I do have the link tree. Not a link tree. I do have an Eventbrite. So on the Eventbrite, which I'll share it in my story on my Instagram, the Eventbrite tells you to register if you already have a copy of the book. The purpose of that is because I needed to know how many people is coming so I could tell them how many tables I need. If you don't have the copy, you can already purchase your book, and I will have your book signed with your name and whatever copy that you want. Whether it's a hard copy, a paperback, whichever one. So you go to the Eventbrite and you just register, and I'll see your name and I'll write your name down so that I can know how many folks are coming for the actual signing. All right.
Yeah, that sounds good, y'all. So hey, always Tam Tam.
Hey, always Tam Tam. How you doing? Yes.
So go ahead.
So again, guys, thank all you guys so much for being here. And again, if you want to purchase, there is an extra copy I do have, you know.
Definitely. I appreciate you for being here. Again, thank you for saying yes. I try my best. So, I'm thankful that I know you and have gotten a chance to know you. And much success on your first copy and
Mm-hmm.
being an author. Now, all you have to do is continue to publish. And you already
Yes,
have the hard part done.
absolutely.
You have the hard
Absolutely.
part done. So now you can move forward and do many other great things. So I appreciate you for being here. Guys, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and this is
It's me, Wanston Yes Honey, the author of Pain Leads to Purpose, Volume 1. Please go check out my book, or if you want a signed copy, follow me on Instagram at It's Me, Wanston Yes Honey, where you can get a signed copy today. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming.
all right. And my name is Joy again, and we are signing out on another episode of
Hello.
Hello, Girl. Yes.